Hello again, and welcome back to the Hotel Grand Lake, I believe it's called. We are here with Swinoob, who is all healed up, and he looks really happy. Good, I'm happy to have you along, Swinoob. I actually really love Swinoob's sprite here. Oh, walked a little too far to the right, but that's okay. Yeah, power outage, I know. Alright. Hey, and Swinoob's back. Okay, so we already went to the restaurant and fought all the trainers in there, at least I'm pretty sure we did. Let me just double check that. We faced you guys, we faced you two. Yes, we did face all 5 of these people. And it's time to move right along then. Let's see, is this somebody's room? I don't want to go inside if it's like somebody's room. Oh, a Gengar, that's pretty cool. Oh, he's the game director. Hi there, it's me, the Gengar-loving director. Battling other trainers sure is exciting, isn't it? Keep building up those bonds with your Pokemon so you can take on tougher trainers. I wonder if we can face him at some point. I forget what his real-life name is, but there is a developer who really likes Gengar, so that makes sense. Ciao, I'm a game director. You're working on filling a Pokédex, aren't you? It's awesome that you're going to meet lots of Pokemon. Come show me your Pokédex when you've filled it with tons of entries. Wonder if he gives you something. I still remember in the original game when you got all 150 Pokemon, you didn't need Mew. You got like a special little certificate. I think you could even like print it with a Game Boy sticker printer. That might have been like only like yellow and gold and silver, but yeah, those were the days, right? And once I've defeated the champion, I can talk to that guy. Okay, so lots to do here later in the game, it seems. Jumping for joy. Okay, I was looking for items, but I found Swinoob, which is still pretty cool. And there was an item back here, which I think I need rock climb for, I guess? Or do I sneak down here? I'm really not sure how to get there. That is very interesting. So, huh. Like it almost appears like there's no way to get there, but I'm sure there is. Oh, there's a rock climb. I see it. Okay. Well, it's probably a really good item, I would assume. Maybe a TM or something, but I don't think we get rock climb till the 7th or 8th gym, so it'll be a little while. Simple Soul letting his guitar do the talking. Okay, I'm going to quickly talk to these guys. Destiny shall shift. It's an easy prediction to make. Ah, street performers. TM92s, okay, let's see what those are. Is that Trick Room? Trick Room, yeah. Like you said, it for 3 turns, I believe it is, it makes the slower Pokemon go first, so it can be very strong when used correctly and really can take your opponent off guard. I am a traveler, yes. The Space Center in Hoenn, indeed. A rocket launching into space, I must see that in my lifetime. Yeah, me too. Despite my love of space, I've never seen a rocket launch, although I'm hoping to in 2022. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, this must be the front desk. Totally booked. Okay. Oh, but I can rest. Oh, okay. I should have came in here before. I ran all the way back to Veilstone. Now somebody lost their key in here, right? So I guess we have to use the dowsing machine. Yeah, hate this thing. I assume the key is in here somewhere. It could also be like right outside. Alright, well I don't see anything. I'm also not really sure what the prize is if you find the key. The hotel is so romantic. I think it is a nice little place here by the lake. I wonder if this could be the key. No, red shard. Alright, well. I keep clicking on Swinoob and getting excited like, oh, what did I find? But just a Pokemon. Excuse me, coming through. Hey, Shellos. I stand stoically in front of the deep rich sea because the deep rich sea because he's a rich boy, is that what he said? And then what's over there? That's an item I can also only get by rock climb. Okay, well, I think we've seen a lot here, and looks like there are some battles we can do here on the beach. Now the downside is these tubers will probably have water types, and yeah, unfortunately Sinnoh only knows ice type attacks, which is not very effective against water types. Wonder if there are any TMs we could teach him just to have a second move type. I do know Flail, which does more damage the lower my HP gets. Water will be super effective actually because I'm ground type, yeah. So I think we'll have to switch here to keep our little Sinnoh from fainting again. Bibarel might be a little bit too much to handle, especially with the type disadvantage. Because Bibarel resists us and we are weak to Bibarel in return. So let's bring out Ace. As you can see, I gave Ace another berry. And actually gave one to Sinnoh as well, but I guess we weren't quite low enough HP to trigger that. I had to give them different berries to make sure it didn't interfere with their natures and confuse them. Ace is worried. Don't be worried, Ace, you got this. Alright, let's use Swift. Now, while Evie's stats are definitely lower than Bibarel's, we are 5 levels higher. And a crit. Okay. Nicely done. Alright, 1 tuber defeated. Now let's see if we have a TM we could teach to Sinnoh. He might be able to learn Strength. I was trying to save those, but it might be a good time for it. Attract is not a damaging move. Stealth Rock is not a damaging move. Sleep Talk really is not great. Can learn Strength. I only have 2 more of these though. Oh, Rock Smash. Ironically, that would have been good against Bibarel because it would have been super effective, so... I think because Rock Smash is such a weak base power move, and because we can use the Pocketch... Ooh, let's do... Icicle Crash is also... Actually, I think one of the parents knew each of these egg moves, and so the baby, this Sinnoh, got both. They're both really cool attacks, but I think because of the 90... I know I have 3 ice moves, which I usually don't like, having more than one move of the same type, but because I'm indecisive and because they might actually have their uses, would I ever really use Icicle Crash? Probably not. Icicle Spear is at least fully accurate, and I think on average it does like 77.5 damage. I did the math on it, depending on how many hits it does, which is a little bit less but more accurate. So, and this is a flinch chance, which is nice, but alright, let's get rid of Icicle Crash. Not a bad move, but I think I don't think it's the right one for us. Alright, so, and let's use, we're right outside the hotel, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and just heal inside. Save one of our items for another day. Thank you for the rest, my friend. Alright, maybe I'll come back when there's room, although with our bunny rows right now, we might not be able to afford a room. We spend it all on clothes and TMs and Moo Milk and Pokeballs too. I bought a lot of Pokeballs. But I did get some rare Pokemon down there. I got Scyther and Murkrow and another Elekid, Gligar. All really cool Pokemon that will not be part of either of our teams, just because, again, there's just not enough room. Yeah, plus I don't like to duplicate types when I can help it. And we already have a flying type in Gyarados. Didn't want to kick her from the team. Alright, so Shellos is just water, and ground. Guess we're about to find out. Yeah, not very effective. So Shellos is just water type. I could use Rock Smash, but I feel like with Stab, Icicle Crash... No, what is it? Icicle Spear is still going to be the way to go here. Now, it avoided the attack. How did it avoid... Oh, do we have an accuracy drop that I missed? I might not have been paying attention there. Alright, well, let's try again. Oh, avoided again, okay. Alright, recover. This has been going forever. Let's just go ahead and switch and make this a little bit quicker. Because we could be here all day otherwise. And we have places to be and things to do. Specifically, Pastoria City in our next gym battle. And if we have time, evolving Ace as well. Eventually I'll start using Ace with the rest of the main team. I just wanted to kind of give him a chance to catch up without all of our other team members getting experience as well, and then staying ahead. But I am really nervous about the gym leader not being very powerful. We'll see how they are. So I don't remember them or the next gym leader even having Pokemon at a very high level, but I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Alright, good job, Ace. Down goes Shellos. And another Shellos, okay. It's a cute little Pokemon. I do like Shellos, even if it's not, like, super powerful. I guess Gastrodon is actually fairly decent. I feel like he actually saw some use in competitive battling because it's sturdy, only one weakness, has recover, good typing. I think we can have Water Absorb as an ability. I know it can have Storm Drain. I don't know about Water Absorb, but it's a great ability. And Grass 2 is one of those types that it's pretty easy to know if a Pokemon has a Grass move or not. Like, it's not like every Pokemon can learn a Grass type attack. And another Shellos. Oh, this one's a pink one though. I think I said this before, but Shellos is a really cool Pokemon because what color it is depends on which side of the Coronet mountain range you catch it on. A little bit of divergent evolution there, which I thought was a nice little idea for a Pokemon. So we'll see trainers with both types of Shellos and probably both types of Gastrodons as well, which I always thought was nifty. Alright, Tuber Jared is defeated. I couldn't move very well because my inner tube got in the way. Ah, that's a shame. Don't you hate it when that happens? Alright. Guess that's about it. Is this the way going west? It's a very narrow route, but alright. Are we healed up or do we take some damage? We're mostly healed. Alright, let's do another battle here. Oh, nope, he's just talking about the hotel. Okay. And what is this place? Fisherman's house, maybe? Dr. Footstep's house. Oh, okay. Let's see what he has to say. This is a long route. I didn't remember it being this long, but I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are too. Pokemon are quite easy for me to read. I need only see their footprints. Okay. Tell me about Swinoob here. Sin and I make a perfectly matched combo. I've seen all sorts of people so far, but she understands my feelings most. I'm a little hungry, you can tell, right? Oh. That's what my Swinoob thinks of me. Okay, we'll have to get Swinoob a snack later, but for now, there will be more battles. Here we go. Alright, now unfortunately being a fisherman, he's probably going to have those water types, so it would have been nice if things had worked out otherwise. Magikarp. Well, Magikarp should at least be easy to beat. Yeah, it would have been good if we used Sinnoh more last episode and Evie more this one, but not the way it went down. Alright, I'm going to use Rock Smash. Okay, so I should probably explain how Icicle Spear works and similar moves that are 2 to 5 attacks. So even though it's 2 to 5 attacks, the chance of each is not evenly distributed. The game is programmed so that you have a 37.5% chance of attacking twice, a 37.5% chance of attacking 3 times, a 12.5% chance of attacking 4 times, and a 12.5% chance of attacking 5 times. Probably a better way to say that is a 3 and 8. So out of every 8 attacks, 3 of them will do. Let me say this again. Out of every 8 uses of the move, 3 times it will attack. I don't know how to say this without it sounding confusing. Let's say instances. 3 of those 8 instances, Swinoob will attack twice. The move will hit twice. In another 3 of those instances, it will hit 3 times. And then in one of those instances, it will hit 4, and in one, 5. In terms of like probability, like obviously it'll vary quite a bit in reality, but on average, law of large numbers, it should come to that. Okay, so the good news is that Gyarados is part flying type, and so it will be evenly effective to our ice type stab attacks. The bad news is Gyarados is super powerful, so that could be bad. Ice Fang, that should be even because it's because it's super effective against ground and not very effective against ice. Alright, well, once again, Ace, you are up to bat. I guess we can run back to the hotel one more time. Ace is dozing off. Thankfully, it's not really going to sleep. Just some flavor text there for you. Which I guess is cool, adds character. It's one of those things that I think should be a toggle, and I would probably leave it toggled on because I think it's kind of cute. It doesn't really affect anything, so I don't mind it. But it'd be nice if there was a toggle in case you didn't want to see it. Ooh, hang in there, Ace. Okay. Oh, there's our berry. Sweet. Okay, that might actually make the difference here because Gyarados is a very tough cookie, or a very tough water dragon. Alright, and can we survive this waterfall? Oh, with 1 HP! Good job, Ace. And it wasn't even one of those affection things either, that was just normal surviving by the skin of our teeth. Nicely done. I think being a few levels higher definitely helped there. Alright, and a Remoraid. I'm going to go ahead and switch just because I don't want Ace to faint. Let's bring in our own Gyarados. I'd say show him what a real Gyarados can do, although his Gyarados actually did pretty well, defeating 1 and almost 2 of my Pokemon. Although both Ace and Swindu will be more powerful once they evolve, they're just not quite there yet. And of course, when this battle's over, Ace will try to evolve yet again, and don't worry, buddy, your time will come very soon, I promise, but Espeon is not the Pokemon I'm looking for. I actually haven't trained very many Psychic types in my playthroughs. I did an Executor during my Red playthrough, so that was pretty fun, but yeah, I'll have to do one in a future Let's Play. All right, I'm hitting the B button. And yes, okay, good. I'm nervous each time now that I'm going to miss it and have to like redo everything, because I have not actually saved in a bit. Alright, let me hop on my bike real quick and heal up. Hopefully you guys don't mind. It's not a long ride. And then we should probably just have a few more battles before we get to the city. It's weird, some routes are like super short and you're like, oh, that was it, and other ones are like so long you're like, ah, are we there yet? But I guess they made this one a little bit longer because you kind of just came from a gym battle and they probably want to stretch it out a little bit. Oh, here we go. Let me demonstrate my technique. I know this is based pretty accurately on the original games, but the pacing, I guess I didn't remember the pacing of Diamond and Pearl being this odd. Like, it just seems like we've traversed a lot of the Sinnoh region geographically, and well, what does more? Let's do Rock Smash. Super effective here. We've seen a lot of the Sinnoh region already, and we've already gotten like high levels, or moderate levels I should say, and some good evolutions and good moves, and yet we only have just barely 3 gym badges, so I guess at this point we can say like, you know, a solid 3 gym badges on our way to the 4th, but it seems like the gym count is a little behind here. They're a little bit more heavily loaded towards the mid and late part of the playthrough. But maybe there's just more in between the gyms that I am forgetting about. That's also very possible. There are some areas I remember doing that maybe are longer than I'm actually remember them doing. So we'll see. I'm not going to rush things. I'm going to take our time and enjoy it, because part of the fun is just doing these everyday battles and watching our team grow and learn new moves and evolve and getting to know their weaknesses and strengths and seeing how we fare. That's how you attack, Shaw. Hey, don't make fun of me. I beat you in battle, so. Does anyone remember the Pokemon Stadium 2 minigame, Delabird's Delivery? That was one of my favorites. That was the best. I'm pretty sure I've told this story already in one of my other Let's Plays, but my cousins and I used to love the minigames in Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2 when we used to go to the Outer Banks for vacation growing up, like every summer. I'd bring down my Nintendo, and we'd all play Pokemon and different versions, and we'd all play the minigames with each other. And it was really cool that if somebody was playing Gold or Silver, or I guess maybe the original games too, you could actually use your Pokemon. Like if you had a Delibird, not that I really had a Delibird, you could actually like use your Delibird in Delabird's Delivery, or your Lickitung in yeah, don't have Rock Climb here. That's probably how you get to the back of the hotel. Lickitung in the Sushi game, or they were all different, and there were some really cool ones where you could use Pokemon that weren't the normal Pokemon. Like I think you could use like a Pikachu in the Voltorb Magnemite one. That was always a lot of fun using your own your own Pokemon in the mini games. But there was a mini game called Delibert's Delivery, and you had to run around and capture these presents as a Delibird. It was so much fun. I really hope they bring those back sometime and do like a remake of Pokemon Stadium. But as you're running back and forth, you had to like dodge these Swinoob, kind of like a Frogger thing. And it was just the silliest thing, the animation, when your poor Delibird got hit by a Swinoob and fell down, all of its presents went everywhere. They were fun, and they were also cute, which was really nice. Okay, let's alright, I'm just gonna go for it and see if there's anything cool here. I don't see anything. And we already got our item. We saw the footprint guy. Oh, let's sneak back here. Is this just a honey tree, or is there anything else over here? Just a honey tree. Alright, well, I think that's it, guys. Yep. Let's go ahead and enter our next city. The risk of jinxing it, I wonder if there's going to be a rival battle. Probably not. It actually wasn't that long since our last rival battle, but I wouldn't be shocked either way. But it was funny, I remember my cousins and I using the insult, oh, go get hit by a Swinoob one year, because we were just so tired of getting hit by Swinoobs in Delibert's Delivery. And I believe Pastoria is actually, as its name might imply, more of a small, quiet, peaceful town than some of the big cities we've been to. Am I worthy of a scarf? Not good, so-so, okay. Oh, okay, so if it's good for contests with lots of Poffins, he will give us a scarf, which might actually help in the contests. My brother's girlfriend is the massage girl in Veilstone City. Oh yeah, I think we talked to her. Let's see, how's the weather? Oh, it's cold in Snow Point. Alright, thank you for the weather. It's actually going to be like really warm tomorrow here, which is awesome, because it is not normally warm in December where I live. She has an umbrella, I guess, for the shade. Hey, and she met an impatient boy earlier. Who could that be? Oh, stickers. Thank you for the stickers. I imagine that's our old friend Lucas. Okay. So let's explore town. The Great Marsh. We'll probably head there in the next episode. And in fact, we might have to before we face the gym. Pastoria's gym leader is like breathtaking in a weird way. It's hard to explain. You'll know what I mean, though. And I see some more berries here in town. In the Great Marsh, they use quick trams on rails for transportation. They prevent damage to the Great Marsh's ecosystem. Oh, very interesting. Some more berries. Let's see, what are these? Persum? Yeah. I was growing some different berries, but eventually I realized, like, do I really want to grow all these different berry types, or do I just really need citrus berries and maybe some of the other kind of weird, flavorful ones? He's in the middle of town. Oh, so there's actually a bit of town over the water, I guess? Not sure. Alright, so these are just more houses. So actually, it's actually a decent-sized city. And we can head on to Route 212 in a little bit, but first we have some things to do here. I do feel guilty not looking for more hidden items, but just the item finder, I feel like I'm missing something, because it seems so clunky to use. But I have seen some clunky features in this game, so it might just be that. Nope, I don't have any Burmy. Sorry, Mr. Bookcatcher Dude. No Burmy for you. Alright, well, let's check out one more house. Pokemon Move Mate. Oh, a Move Tutor, okay. Oh, he's the one that can use the Heart Scale, okay. That's really cool. I'm not going to use it yet, though, because Heart Scales are a little bit hard to come by. Oh, you can see some of the cool... Let me do that again, just because... Alright, so you can see what I caught. Obviously, a lot of... Well... I caught and bred a lot of Swinoob to get one that had a good nature and the egg move. I caught a Drifloon earlier today, since it is Friday, so that was pretty cool. Duskull, Ralts, Gligar, Scyther, Houndoom. And I caught these rare Pokemon for two reasons. One, I thought it'd just be fun as I encountered them. But also, a little bit of a hint, the next member of our team, who I'm going to try to add, or sorry, our second team, who I'm going to try to add before the next episode, is a Pokemon that I'm going to get by a trade. So, a little bit of a hint there. And yeah, here's our normal team. I think I'll switch back to them next episode too, because we'll probably face the gym. And maybe I'll use the Heart Scale on one of them. I'll have to think about that. Let me, in fact, make a note, because if I don't, I will definitely forget. I have a brain that has very low operational memory. I can hold like one thought at a time, as you guys have surely noticed. I'm sure there's been many trains of thought I've started and then got distracted and not come back to, so I apologize for that, but doing my best here. All right, we're not going to do the gym today, but I want to just see, could we do the gym if we wanted to? And it looks like the answer is yes. Ooh, a water type gym. Very cool. And a lot of trainers too. See, I think we'll bring out our real team next episode. We'll keep Ace, and we'll switch out the other 4. And maybe the Great Marsh as well if there's time. But for now, like I said, we are going to fly. And actually, we have to use fly by using the town map. My instincts still tell me to use the Pokemon, but we are going to fly. Where are we going to fly? We are going to fly to... Let's go to Eterna City, shall we? Well, actually, decisions. Okay. So we are going to evolve Evie, and at this point you guys have probably figured out what we're going to evolve Evie into. There's only so many choices. The downside here is that Evie actually needs to level up again, and she's got a bit of XP. Okay, let's do this. We're going to do things a little bit out of order. Hopefully we have time, but if we have to go a little bit long, that's okay. I'm sure you guys don't mind. Let's fly back to Pastoria City. And I don't think there are trainers in the Great Marsh. I could be wrong. Great Marsh, rather. I think it's kind of like the Safari Zone. But it looked like, if I knew where I was going... This is a very bad town layout. I'm sure it's very organic and kind of meant to grow naturally, but like, it's very confusing. Clearly no urban planning. But yeah, let's head this way and do some battles over here. And, oh, are you going to make us go... No, he's not. Okay, I thought he would stop us there. Oh, and that's cool. We get to go up there on bikes. This will be a really fun route to explore in a bit. Pokemon Rangers, by the looks of it. They're usually pretty powerful. They're kind of like one step below Ace Trainers and Veterans in my experience. And a Luxio. Okay, that's actually good because Luxio is an electric type. And we are a ground type, and even though we don't know any ground type attacks, we will at least be immune to all of Luxio's stab attacks. Ooh, Intimidate, that's not good. Well, let's give it an Icicle Spear and see how much it does. Yeah, I believe Swinoob actually has fairly decent defenses. Tackle does not get stab, and it's pretty low base power as well, so... We might still be able to win this if we get some good luck here with these Icicle Spears. Alright, Leer of course lowers our defense, which means his tackles will do more damage. So, we have our work cut out for us. Actually, you know what I should have done? I should have brought Evie to the front of the line, because that's the goal here, so... we'll leave Swinoob in for now, but I think after this battle I'll switch so that Evie is up first. Because really the goal of doing this is to get her some XP, him some XP. There we go, now we're getting lucky. Come on, can we do one more? Oh, didn't even need one more. Good job, Swinoob. Taking down an evolved Pokemon 1 level higher than you. Or were we 1 level higher? About the same level. Either way, very impressive. Okay, now Weasel. Ooh, that's alright, Weasel rather. Let's go ahead and switch because a water type move in the rain could be problematic. I'm really excited too because like Mamoswine is another Pokemon that I considered training in Heart Gold since Swinoob and Piloswine are Gen 2 Pokemon. But didn't get a chance to because there's just, you know, so many cool Pokemon and not enough Let's Plays. They take a while to make, and I can only have 6 Pokemon on a team, so it's kind of a cool idea to get a second team. I'm really interested to see how this goes. I probably won't do this in most Let's Plays, but yeah, something different. I figure I'll give it a try, and let me know if you guys like it, dislike it. If you'd rather I just stick with our main team and steamroll everything, I can totally understand that point of view, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Give it a fair chance. I kind of hope this game is long enough, and I feel like it will be, that we can get plenty of chances to use both of our teams. Alright, let's give Evie a held item. Not the Moo Milk, they don't know how to drink that, which is kind of weird. You think they would, because it's just like milk, but I guess it's in a bottle or something. We will give you a berry, and I think you like the... I can't remember now. I want to say you like the Agoo of Berries. Hope I didn't get that wrong. Actually, let's give the Mago Berry, 'cause I'm pretty sure that's okay. And unfortunately, you can't use these berries outside of battle. Actually, I think it was Figgy that Ace couldn't eat. Or could eat, but will become confused. I'll definitely be working on growing some more citrus berries off screen, because they're like an infinite supply of, Ooh. Alright, we'll battle her. Oh, I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay. I'm stuck. I'm like actually stuck. Oh, there we go. I hit the R button and somehow got out of the mud. That's kind of interesting. So what I wanted to do is make sure Evie was in the front, yes. And then we'll go ahead and put Evie. I keep forgetting that it's not an automatic thing where the Pokemon at the front of your party walks with you. Oh, what did she say? I think it might have been... Oh no, we're in the quicksand again. I guess you just have to wait till you get out. That's super annoying. It's a full body mud pack. Oh, okay. Well, I guess the idea is that you take the high road, then you can avoid that, so... What about over here? Anything up here that would be interesting? An item? Hey, revive. We'll probably use it at some point. Alright, get on your bikes and ride, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I saw a meme that said, when I was a kid, I somehow thought quicksand would be a bigger issue than it ended up being. Or something to that effect. Which is true. You always see in like cartoons that everybody's always caught in quicksand, and then like it just doesn't happen in real life. And apparently quicksand isn't even like that dangerous. Like very few people have ever actually died of quicksand. Not that you should go like jumping in, but yeah, they always have like the scenes where you have to get a friend to hold out a stick and grab onto it, and they pull you out with all their might, and if you struggle, you're sinking. And yeah, apparently that's a little bit of an exaggeration. So. If you're somebody who has a phobia of quicksand, hopefully that helped. Alright, Abra. Now we've learned at this point not to underestimate Abras, because a lot of times they have good TM moves, like Charge Beam. But this Abra is slower, and of course weak to our Dark type Bite Attack. Alright, and the challenge here is going to be making sure we get close to the next level without hitting it. And we might have to face some wild Pokemon too. See, like okay, at this point we're on the route that's supposed to be past Pastoria City, and yet his Pokemon is level 19. Like, my main team would be level like 38, 39 right now if I was still using them. This is like double the levels. And I won't get into it again, but I would be totally okay with the experience. Well, I'd rather they make it a toggle, but it would be okay to have the experience all if they just increased the levels to kind of compensate for it, which they clearly did not. It's just really frustrating. But we have our solution to it, which is to use 2 teams, so I'm glad we decided to do that. Alright, let's go in the wild grass here, because if we find wild Pokemon, that'll just be one more chance to get some XP. And a Wooper. Wooper's pretty cool. I always liked Wooper and Quagsire especially, but they're not super powerful, in all honesty. They're kind of superseded by Gastrodon, I think, in a lot of ways. Or really Swamperts too, I guess you could say, although Swamperts, they all have their pros and cons, but I've always kind of felt like if you want a water and ground type, Swampert is the way to go. When it rains, I get happy. Me too, as long as I don't have to be out in it. I really don't like being in the rain, but I do enjoy like when it's like thunderstorming outside, and I like being on the back porch when it rains. That's always really fun. Just like reading on the back porch, if it's assuming it's a covered back porch, obviously. It would not be fun to read on the back porch if it was an open back porch. But yeah, that's always great having a thunderstorm around you. But yeah, being stuck in it when you're trying to go somewhere and then you get all wet, and yeah, that's a little bit less fun. Oh no, we've been confused. Alright, let's try to stick with it, because if we get this one attack off, come on Ace. Yes, good job. That will be the end of Psyduck. Little ways to go now. We're not getting too much XP from these guys since we are a higher level. Once again, a little bit of a long episode, but that's okay. I should have gotten to bed a long time ago, but this is the first time I've had a chance to play in a few days, and I want to make the most of it. Are you not a trainer? You are a trainer, okay. There are Pokemon that become more powerful when it rains. Yeah, I guess like Cast Form in a sense. Or Pokemon, there are abilities that make Pokemon more powerful when it rains. Like Goldeen, I think, can have Swift Swim, which doubles its speed in the rain. It's a really powerful strategy. And you'll actually see it a decent amount in competitive battling, although not with a Goldeen, usually with a stronger Pokemon. But like Mega Swampert, for example, is a great example of that. Alright, and a Weasel. Weasel, I want to say, can also have Swift Swim. In fact, I think it might be its only ability. Yeah, I think so, because that's why it's faster. Otherwise, Ace should be faster. Because one, Evie's, I think, a fairly fast Pokemon, and two, the level difference. Alright, Parasol Lady is defeated. What is this place here? Shards wanted. Okay, so you can take your shards from the underground and trade them in there. Decisions. I don't really want to face any of these guys. Of course, when I want some grass, I can't find any, but the reason I want to face these guys is because I'm going to get too much XP then. Now I will come back here and, oop, can't go that way. I will come back here and face these folks, probably on camera at some point. But for now I want to just get Evie a little bit closer because we have to level up Evie and we have to level him up in a certain location. But the location where we would level him up is not a location where you're going to get a ton of XP. So I want to get the XP as close to possible before we head to that location. And I'm sure most of you have figured it out by now. Okay, how much more do we need here? Because I don't want to be here all day. Okay, 504. Alright, let me just do this. I'll do it off screen. And when I come back, we will be ready to evolve our Evie. Alright, and we are back, and if you guys didn't recognize where we are back in Eterna Forest. You might remember a while ago I said this mossy rock here would become important later on. Well, it is officially later on, and if you haven't guessed it by now, we are going to evolve our Evie into Leafeon, which I've actually never done before, but I understand the way to do it is to level up Evie near this mossy rock here. And I think we might need 1 or 2 wild battles to hit the threshold. And yeah, then we should have a Leafeon, our grass type. Like I said, there are very few grass types available in this game. At least, well, there's a decent amount, but there are very few good ones. And one of the good ones I wanted was Leafeon, which is why I made sure to acquire this Evie. Really the only 2 candidates, because you might have remembered I said that I want to do all Gen 4 Pokemon. Or at least all Pokemon of a Gen 4 evolutionary line. I think we'll actually have, yeah, I think all of our final forms will be all Gen 4. So that obviously narrowed it down to Glaceon or Leafeon, and of the 2, I definitely like Leafeon better, plus we need a grass type, so I always like to have a water, grass, and fire type trio in my Let's Plays, because why not? Copycat, that's interesting. That, I think, copies one of your opponent's moves? I need a reminder about that one. Mimics the move used immediately before it. Oh, that's kind of... Let's get rid of Helping Hand, just for some fun. We might also get rid of that in, you know, another episode or 2. But also, I forgot to mention, I just realized this. Ace's ability is Adaptability, which is going to change in a moment here. But I didn't even remember that it had Adaptability, or explain it. I'll do that in a second. But first, let's watch as little Ace here finally gets to evolve. He's been trying for the last couple episodes many times. But there we go, Leafeon. I haven't trained a Leafeon before. But Leafeon has a very high speed and very high attack stat and good defenses too, or a good defense stat. Not sure about special defense. But that's pretty cool. And Synthesis. Ooh, maybe. Synthesis is a cool move. It's like the grass type version of Recover, kind of. It heals less in the rain, more in the sunlight, only 5 power points, but normally it would heal half your HP. Alright, well, like I said, we just got Copycat. It could be fun to use, but it's more like a for fun attack. I wouldn't really use it like if you're in any difficult battle. But Synthesis actually might be useful, especially because we are, like I said, fairly bulky. Whereas Glaceon, oh, and Razor Leaf, oh wow. Glaceon is more defensive as well, I believe, but is also kind of slow and is Ice type, and Ice type is not the best type, like, defensively. So of the two, I definitely like Leafeon better, and I'm really excited to train a Leafeon. All right. I think between Bite, Dig, and Razor Leaf, we should have pretty good type coverage. So let's actually get rid of Swift. It served us very well, but Razor Leaf will serve us much better because it will get Stab, now that Swift no longer will. Evie, of course, is normal type, and Leafeon, of course, as the name suggests, is a grass type. But alright, we now have the 5th member of our main team, and let me just finish my thought about adaptability before we move on. Adaptability is a really cool and really rare ability. I think only Evie and Porygon's line can have it. Maybe there's like one more Pokemon too. But what it does is instead of your stab being 1.5 times, as it normally would be, it becomes 2 times. So our Swift did double damage whenever we used it, as opposed to just 50% more damage. And that's good because we use Swift a lot. So I might not have changed my strategy at all, or I might have, but it doesn't really matter. We no longer have it. We now have Leaf Guard, which is actually a kind of a worse ability. But Leafeon is a cooler Pokemon. I would bring him out to show you guys, except we apparently can't have a partner Pokemon here in Eterna Forest. So if you want to see Leafeon, follow us in our adventures, you'll just have to stay tuned. Also, we'll be facing our next gym battle next episode, so that should be fun as well. But for me, I'm going to get some much needed sleep. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you again in episode number 22.